So we've been talking about our exploits in the kitchen. We've been talking about our views on fast food. We've been talking about what diets do and don't make sense. We've heard from Lewis about his predilection for frozen Trader Joe's rice packets. We've heard about his view on lentils and other stuff too, right? I mean, what are you obsessed with right now in the kitchen?
I wouldn't say any of this is an obsession, but I'm big into squash and sweet potatoes as of late. Yeah.
All right. Now, we were sent, because of all our talk about this, Knife King sent us a free 8-inch chef's knife of theirs. And I've never worked with a ceramic knife before. This thing is ceramic, and this thing is so sharp. I've almost cut myself with it a number of times, which I'm sure would make this video go viral if I were to cut myself right now, but I'm not willing to do that, at least not on purpose. And I put it in the sheath whenever I'm not using it because it is insanely sharp. And I tried this thing, and Lewis tried this thing in our test kitchen. And this thing is incredibly sharp. You know what? Sometimes when I cut vegetables, onions, or whatever, you basically crush what you're cutting because the knife just isn't sharp enough. And with this thing, just like the lightest pressure, the onion I was cutting just completely fell apart, Lewis. I mean, you tried it also. It is amazing how sharp this thing is.
Yeah, I also do not have any experience with ceramic knives. You don't see it. You're starting to see them in more places, but this is a pretty well-designed knife. I mean, the handle does feel, it's very ergonomic. It does feel pretty good.
The thing I hate about, I've been given knives to try before when I go to like different, like you go to like different fairs where they have like the salespeople with the different knives and they do a whole routine. I've been given knives to try, and oftentimes like the blade is fantastic, but the handle, you can just tell, is not very well connected to that blade. So you know that as sharp as the blade is, after a little bit of use, that handle is going to start to wiggle loose. I didn't get that impression at all. I mean, I was smashing garlic. I was cutting garlic. You were all over the place with this thing, Lewis. You were, I mean, the sweet potato stood no chance when you were using this knife. Is that fair to say?
Yes, I think that's fair. And so, yeah, I'm a fan.
Absolutely. So if you want to try this knife, use the link in the description to this video. You'll be supporting the David Pakman Show. This is now sort of my go-to knife to the extent that I can avoid cutting myself with it in an incredibly grotesque and harmful way. This is now going to be my 8-inch chef's knife. And for what I'm told from people who know about this stuff, you really only need 3 knives in the kitchen. Like you'll go to people's houses, right? And they have this huge display of knives. But people that I trust on this issue, and I don't just trust anybody on knives, they tell me you basically need 3 knives. You need a chef's knife, a paring knife,
and then the one in between.
Yeah, what's the one in between?
I don't know what that would be called.
Yeah.
A filleting knife? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. But in any case, this is the 8-inch chef's knife. I love it. It's fantastic. It's tremendous.